Okay. Hello students, this is Mrs. Kang. For today's homework help, it is Module 4-3, workbook page 21, 1 through 13, and it is on dividing mixed numbers. So last time we talked about dividing fractions, regular fractions. So over here, if you take a look, the first 6 problems, it says find the reciprocal. And last time we talked about how the reciprocal is simply when you flip the first fraction. Okay, of course there's more to talk about, but I'm just gonna end it at that. So I'm going to go over find the reciprocal of numbers 1 and 2. Number 1, the original problem is 10.5. Now, in order for me to find the reciprocal, I need to rewrite this mixed number as an improper fraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do around the world. Okay, so 10.5 written as an improper fraction is, so denominator stays the same, so it is 2. Your numerator, the shortcut is this, 2 times 10, which is 20, plus 1, so 21. But this is not the reciprocal, this is just a different way of writing 10.5. So the reciprocal of 21 over 2, 21 half, is 2 21st. Okay, so you simply just flip that improper fraction. Okay, when you are entering on your Google form, you simply want to do just 2/21 like that on Google form. Okay, all right, number 2, same problem, find the reciprocal, and your fraction or mixed number is 6 3/7. So again, I am going to do around the world. So over here, my denominator stays the same, so it is 7. My numerator, 7 times 6 is 42. 42 plus 3, 45. And then to find the reciprocal, I'm going to flip it. So the answer is 7/45. And that's the answer. Okay. All right. Now I am going to scroll down and do 2 problems from the second section, okay, or the next section, number 7 and number 8. So here's number 7, 8/10 divided by 1 5/6. So the first thing I'm going to do is change this mixed number as an improper fraction. But notice, I am not going to do KCF yet, okay? All I'm doing is rewriting the problem, 8/10 divided by, rewrite this as a mixed number. 6 is my denominator. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. Now that both of the numbers are regular or improper fractions, I am going to write KCF on top. And now I'm going to do KCF. So keep the first fraction, change the division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. You can cross-cancel 10 and 6 by 2, which would give you 3 here and 5 here, then multiply across. But for the video, I am just going to multiply across. So 8 times 6 is 48. 10 times 11 is 110. I don't need to divide. I don't need to do in and out because this is not an improper fraction. But I do need to simplify the fraction. When I look at 48 and 110, the first number that comes to my mind is 2. These are both even numbers, so I think I can divide them by 2. Let's see what I get when I divide by 2. 48 divided by 2 is 24. And 110 divided by 2 is 55. So then you think for a moment, is there any other common factor? There's no common factor other than 1. So then that's it. So the answer is 24/55. Okay, and if you take a look, there's the answer right here. Okay, so you know you did it correctly. I'm going to do another one, number 8. And this one says 2 divided by 1 and 6/7. So you have to do two things. First, you need to turn this whole number as an improper fraction by simply putting it over 1. But you also need to do around the world here to write this as a mixed number, as an improper fraction. Okay, so when you rewrite it, this is what it looks like. 2 over 1 divided by denominator 7. Your numerator is going to be 7 plus 6, so 13. Then you're going to, now that they're regular or improper fractions, now you write KCF. So, keep, change, flip. There's nothing to cross cancel, okay? Multiply across. So your numerator is 14. 2 times 7 is 14. Your denominator is 13. 1 times 13 is 13. Now, there's nothing to reduce, okay? There's no common factor. However, it's an improper fraction. Your numerator is greater than the denominator. So I'm going to do in and out. 14 in, 13 out. 13 goes into 1 0 times. 13 goes into 14 1 time with the remainder 1. Now, remember, this is whole number. This is your numerator. And then over here is your denominator. So your final answer is 1 and 1/13. And that is the answer. And if you go down to number 8, here you go. 1 and 1/13 is the answer. There is one word problem, and I'm going to go ahead and go over that as well. So number 13. Sorry. So for the number 13, it says Barney has 16 1/5 yards of fabric. To make an elf costume, he needs 5 2/5 yards of fabric. How many costumes can Barney make? So you have a total of 16 1/5 yards of fabric. Okay, you're gonna make some elf costumes, and each costume requires 5 2/5 yards of fabric. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the total, which is 16 1/5, and if you divide it by 5 2/5, then it's going to give you how many costumes Barney can make. Okay, so that's the equation. Now, again, I'm going to do around the world to write the numbers as improper fractions. So here, my denominator is 5. My numerator, 5 times 16, which is 80, plus 1, so it is 81. Divided by, again, my denominator is 5. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 2, so 27. Now you're going to write KCF. So, keep, change, flip. Oh, I want to cross cancel. Okay, so here's the thing, you guys. I'm going to cross cancel. But I'm not going to cross cancel. I could actually cross cancel both of these, both pairs. This 5 and 5, I can simplify by 5, and that will give me 1 and 1. But over here, 81 and 27, I can actually, there's quite a few different numbers I can use. 3, 9, even 27. Okay, but I'm gonna pretend like I didn't know that. I'm just going to cross cancel the 5 and the 5 to make the problem easier. Okay, those of you that don't want to do cross cancel, you just multiply across 81 times 5. Okay, 405, and then 5 times 27, and then you just simplify as much as you can. Okay, but I'm going to cross cancel 5 and 5 by dividing by a common factor 5. So then 5 divided by 5 is 1, 5 divided by 5 is 1. And now I'm going to multiply across. So 81 times 1 is 81. And 1 times 27 is 27. Okay? Since this is an improper fraction, I'm going to do in and out. So 81 in, 27 out. 27 goes into 8 0 times. 27 goes into 81 3 times. 21, 6 plus 2 is 8. So it goes in exactly 3 times. So then that means the answer is 3 or 3 customs. And if you look, it's what it has right here. Okay? All right. So I hope that helped. And that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.